to the February meeting of the Facilities Committee, which will occur on May. Thank you. Item 1, apologies for absence.
Councillors Nelson and Parker.
Item 2, declaration of interests.
None received, Chair.
Thanks. Item 3, public questions.
None received, Chair.
Item 4, book gallery updates, and requested to consider the report of the facilities managers while past the college to present his report.
Through you, Chair. The report provides members with an update position regarding the Bob Abbey Art Gallery following the changes in the gallery which were introduced in January 2016. There's a little section there about the background and the history of the gallery and previous commissions. The current position that has been is that there's been a selection of Northern Cornish work for sale, as well as work from 12 other local and regional artists exhibiting the work alongside the permanent collection from the Northern Cornish work for sale. The commission rates are shown there for members' information, again alongside the sales today, which as you'll see is significant for January, and the commissions that the council will receive, some of which will attract, some of the commission will attract tax, and the recommendations are that members note the current levels of commission and that this is reported on a 6-monthly basis to the Facilities Committee, and for members to agree to the promotion of the gallery in on a regional basis to try and establish the gallery as a tourist attraction for Spennymoor.
Thank you. Councillor Gallagher.
Thank you, Chair. First off, thank the Facilities Manager for this very positive report. We have spent a number of years now as a council developing the gallery and landing it in conjunction with our volunteers, and it's been a huge success story, and I think this is the latest chapter of the success story. And to see in only a few weeks' time, a couple of months' time, sales of this sort of level in our art gallery really goes to show the fruits of the hard work that have been made. I think the real success here for the council is not that we gain commission from this, but that what we're doing is promoting the local artists as well. So if we look at that second line there, there's sales there of £3,500 on other artists, Northern Cornish, and so it's good to see that the local artists that are backing up the Cornish exhibition are also earning from this. I think that's fantastic. So I quite agree with the Facilities Manager's way forward on this, which is to now promote the gallery in regional magazines and then, in fact, anywhere else that we can as well. Because we've got some exciting projects coming up in the town with regards to Northern Cornish, and I think this really has to be the pinnacle of it. So I'm going to move recommendations for the report, Chairman.
Second, Chair. Thank you. Councillor Madison.
Yes, I think it's excellent news with the amount of commission, and I think the volunteers and the officers need to be congratulated on the work that they've done. I know there is substantial work involved in any exhibition, so well done. Can I just ask, in regard to the commission itself, will this be used in the promotion of the gallery, perhaps using that for regional magazines? Is that the intention?
Yeah, through you, Chair. The plan is, subject to members' approval, is that we would promote the gallery in local press, in local free and paid magazines that attract art collectors. There's also a specialist art magazine that comes out once a year through the Living magazine, and it's proposed that we advertise in there as well. We're also talking to a number of other people about promoting the gallery on a national and international basis as well.
So, Chair, can I just move then that we use the commissions for the promotions of the gallery interest?
Chairman, I won't be supporting that motion for the simple reason that we don't need all of that capital there to promote the art gallery. In earmarking the entire capital for the promotion of the art gallery would be like money sat around doing nothing, when in actual fact we have outgoings on the art gallery as well that we've covered. It should go into the council's budget on a year basis, which is the current position.
Okay, thanks, Councillor. Just to clarify Councillor Madison, was your motion to use the entire revenue generated from sales of alcohol
Well,
procuring for promotion?
First of all, Chair, I wouldn't know the exact cost of any publications. So really it's a case of looking subjectively at what the publications are as to how much money is to be used. So, you know, I can't say at this point in time whether those publications will make that sort of money. All I'm saying is it's a good idea to inject some of the money that's made from the gallery back into the gallery and promoting it to the greater public.
Okay, before I bring Councillor Foster in. Councillor Foster.
I was going to say, it's always a game, especially at the start of the game, around this area, because it may be a year when we make more money from the art gallery than we make on the commission. The idea is you pay the money to the central pot, and if the case of the art gallery is a good case, then it'll get the funding that it needs. So it's always a dangerous, great person to find application.
Yeah, thank you for your input. Okay, I've got a motion considered that the report is accepted. All those in favour? I'll show hands, please. Thank you, those who marked for. Those against? None against. Any abstentions? Okay, motion's carried. Thank you very much for your contributions to this. Item 5 is exclusion of the press and public. If someone wants to care about your public.
Move the chair.
Can I have your attention, please, members? In the absence of the chairman, can I ask the committee to appoint a chair pro tem to conduct items 1 to 4 on tonight's committee agenda? Excuse me. Are there any nominations?
No, Councillor Gilbert.
Second.
Thank you, members. Item 1 is apologies for absence.
Councillors Nelson, Parkin.
Thank you. Item 2, declarations of interest.
None received.
Thank you. Item 3, public questions.
None received.
Item 4, appointment of vice chair. To appoint a vice chair of committee for the remainder of the civic year. We'll take nominations. Councillor Graham.
Yes, fellow councillors, members of the public, I'd like to move the committee appoint Councillor Jeff Daly as the Vice Chairman of the Recreation Committee for the remainder of the civic year.
I second that, Chair.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Are the committee in favour of Councillor Jeff Daly taking the position of Vice Chairman?
Agreed.
Thank you. Invite Jeff Daly to take the chair.
Moving on with the agenda, councillors and members of the public, we will strictly to item 5, which is the annual request from Mr. and Mrs. Heath for the arrangements we have with the Spennymoor bowling clubs. Now, refer to the facilities manager.
Right, through you, Chair, the report is to advise members of the recent letters received by the Spennymoor Town Bowling Club and to consider their content. The recommendation is that we grant permission to both the male and female teams from Spennymoor Bowling Club to use the pavilion and bowling green in Jubilee Park as requested for the 2016 season. To continue to make the current rockers available to them, to both clubs, ensuring that their rockers are also available for casual players, to confirm that the club do not have exclusive usage, and to confirm that the pavilion is also available for casual bowlers and the general public.
Members agree to accept the recommendations.
Agreed.
Motion one, please. Thank you very much. Unanimous. Valley Bird Habitat project. We've got the fruit of the 8 mills and some detailed plans there. For an area at the time, adjacent to the flower plantation, it's just, I think needs constantly tidying up, and I think this would be a good and worthwhile project. You can notice right here from the north of the A68, it's the bypass there, and I believe it's a stretch of beck which goes under the town, outside there, and then just a basic little culvert that comes out down and the cow plantation at the bottom box coast. The young lady who's made the application, Kelly Rose, if you cast your mind back about a year ago, she did do the project, the wetlands project over the road. And I think it is, beneficial to the town that the Wildlife Trust are taking an interest in these habitat projects in and around the town. And I mean, the young lady's made offer if you would like to make a presentation. She has presented once to here. She did use some of my, and I will say, she does what she says in the letter, and she delivers the projects that the main member of us. From the chair, commended to the members.
Chairman? Thank you. Yes, I quite agree with you, Matt, Chairman. These are, in my mind, some very good and positive projects. We've seen the hard work of the Wildlife Trust to do before, in and around the town. I think there's quite a substantial amount of information on what's going to be done here. I don't think the presentation is particularly necessary. I think I would like to move that the council support the projects.
Second that, Chair.
Are we all in favour of Councillor Gilbert's proposal?
Chairman, I just have a question. Is she going to do all the projects? I thought we were just picking one particular project.
I think if you read through the notes, I think she's got doubts about the one out here, whether she could put that in a time scale or whatever.
I thought she was just...
And on one side of the bank down there, she's having difficulty finding out what actually belongs to her.
I just initially thought she was just looking for us to give us some guidance on what if it's all in that's fine, I'll just go wherever I want.
And it's the value burn right down to the middle of their soldiers, but and I've read through it, I think she has identifying certain ones of the land. Not like for us to progress with it.
Oh, I'm happy with the chair. I just thought she was asking for options. Sorry, I was misunderstood.
This constantly
Mr. Chair, in the report it is mentioning about consultation with members of the public. Is this something that we are going to ask the lady to do? She's asking for our advice on that one. I think it's a good idea that we do involve the public.
Chairman, comment on that. I don't think it's a concern of this council, but the consultation process of the Wildlife Trust is they obviously have a list of consultees and they'll be following their own processes. It's not for this council to suggest that.
I don't think there was, apart from the immediate landowners, when she did the previous project across the road, I don't think there was a wide public consultation, but I mean, it's seen as to be for the benefit of the public, so I don't see the issue.
No progress, Chair.
Anybody in favour of Councillor Gilbert's proposal of this?
Great.
No hands? Item 7 on the agenda is the intrusion into the two cemetery. The biosphere horse. I'll hand this for the manager.
Yeah.
I believe the answer to these
Just through you, Chair, for members' information, the Town Council received a letter of complaint from a lady regarding the cemetery of Tudor and the fact that I've also given access. For members' information and records, there's a copy of the response that was provided to the lady who complained. The response is there for members to see.
Move be safe, Chairman.
Second that.
all in favour? Chair.
Chair.
It's Councillor
Do you know exactly where the pony got through? Was it the big...
The front gate.
Front gate. Front gate.
We've walked through the front gate.
Is there any way going forward we can try and prevent this from happening? By doing some alterations to the gate system?
The gates would have been open to the public anyway.
Through you, Chair, I don't think it's the gating system that's the issue, it's the issue of the owner and the horse is the problem. And what we're doing at the moment is we're trying to establish a formal meeting with the owner of the horse. The horse is no longer kept in the same location, so the horse is not there, but we're trying to establish some formal arrangements with the owner of the horse going forward to prevent anything like a similar occurrence happening again.
But if I make one, Chair, not particularly this horse, but on one thing, if I know we were unlocking the gates, that decision has been made, and I'm not going into that, but are people leaving unlocked gates open to allow that sort of access? Do we need is there any signage needed to try and help with a situation where, you know, they unlock, we would like people to close them behind them? Have we got that in place?
Through you, Chair, that's already in place, and what we can do is we can revisit that and see if it's sufficient and if necessary increase it.
Thank you, Chair.
I mean, to my knowledge, you get to where on the weekend, especially Saturday in the morning, available access to the cemetery where the vehicles were don't think it had anything to do with our sort of access. Councillor Gallagher.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm not sure where Councillor Thompson's coming from with this one. I don't think I know horses time would help. The important paragraph of Mr. Ranson's letter there is that, as you were in previous arrangements, the gates would have been left open for long periods of time throughout the day, at which time a similar incident could have occurred. The gates have been open for long periods of time, for as long as those cemeteries have been around. And this is a freak incident. A horse has walked in through the gate. I mean, this isn't a big issue. I'm quite happy that Mr. Ranson's dealt with this in the proper way. And let's put this to bed. I've moved for safe, Chairman.
Chair, can I come back to this?
Councillor Thompson.
It is a big issue that people who've got friends and family in there, and I think Councillor Gandar was being a bit sarcastic. I just referred to one of the cemeteries that I go to, where if I gate enters with the car, the gates aren't locked, but they're shut. So I have to go and physically open the gates to allow myself in. Then I come out and shut the gates behind us. All I was trying to ask, and I haven't got a lot of experience with this, but that's why we aim to discuss problems and debate them. I was just wondering, was there any way where we kept the gates shut and not locked? That's all I was asking, just to try and, you know, I'm quite sure there's not going to be another horse coming along, as I'm quite sure Councillor Gellard knows that we don't know any horses that need. I think it was quite a sarcastic comment. But all I was trying to say was trying to make sure that we make it foolproof. So I'm just asking normal questions.
Thank you. Any remarks, Councillor Thompson? Are we all in favour?
Right, sorry, Chairman, just to clarify regarding Councillor Thompson's point about signage, is it clear? Can I just clarify? Conor Ransom just said that there's one that's already in place. Yeah, I thought that was good.
It's we're trying to improve it, Chair.
Councillor Smith.
Yeah, Chair, I think it is a self-explanatory when you want to let people go. But I'd just like to mention this, when I got down to the cemetery on that particular Sunday morning, I received a phone call from the colleague. Two councillors had already been there. Councillor Jimmy Green was there, and Councillor Fred Gunner. Well, was there. And I know they spent some time at the CCTV. And the interesting thing, one of the things that was on that CCTV, that it started at 10 at night, on the Saturday night. Because this incident happened on the Sunday morning, about 6, something like that. And they watched all of that table go through mine. The lady approached the cemetery, gates were open, she walked in, She was in that cemetery for something like 20 minutes to half an hour, and then she just walked out again, right? And if it's done anything to me, the exercise itself, by the way, they did inspect the graveyard. I know they both walked on that graveyard, like myself. And there was no damage to any of the gravestones, so great concern was taken by those councillors who were there to make sure that it happened. But the interesting thing was that somebody did use that yard, that graveyard, for their own private use on that night at 20 to 10 at night. Now I was out that Saturday night and they happened to pass there and there was so the gates open. But it wasn't a really nice night, you know what I mean? It wasn't a bit raining. That's what I've got to say.
That can confirm I know possibly within the night and the gates are all shut. No. It's next stop I go, I don't get over myself, I'm not sure it's shut.
The cemetery that I go to where my parents are, the cars drive in, the cars drive out. And what you do is you pull up to the gates, you have to get out of the car, open the gates, drive in. When they come back, they do the same. And every time I go in there, there's never a gate left open. Everybody's in the habit of closing it. And I don't think Councillor Thompson was talking about the horse, he was talking about anything. It could be dogs, it could be anything there. In the cemetery that I go to, I go there tonight, you know, and I respect that. But could we not like retain a string where it just closes and get people in the habit of just opening the gates? People do it, even though you drive in, turn around and come out. That cemetery, do it. And it's not locked, it's open all night.
Thank you for them comments, Councillor Thompson. Councillor Macklin.
On that day, on Monday, I was down there at 7 o'clock after reading it on Facebook. Didn't believe it. I went down, I got the horse, looked all the way around the fence, the walls of the fence. Sat there for 3 hours looking at that video, right? And if them gates hadn't been open that day, you should all see the video, the way that horse come across the road, there might have been another accident. It had no way to go, that horse. That's all I was saying. The police shut the gates after the horse was there.
That was my recollection. I wasn't a witness to it, so I wasn't there. I think the police should have given me something. It's Councillor Thompson, member for the...
Yeah, I wasn't for 1 minute trying to say that the ward councillors were active and didn't react immediately. I wasn't saying that. All I was saying is something happened, we call it a freak, but it could be something else. And I was just trying to make that comment. Is there any way we can improve? If we can't, we can't.
As the facilities manager said, we'll look at the signage and see if we can do some small things to improve the situation.
All right, Chair.
All in favour of the recommendations? Thank you very much. Item 8 on the agenda is the Jubilee Park trees.
Through you, Chair, the report supervised members of some current issue regarding trees in Jubilee Park and propose a site meeting for members to consider a solution. The current position is that there's a number of trees that are damaged or dying, with some horse chestnut trees suffering from a disease known as honey fungus. It's important that members are aware that any proposal to remove trees would require controlled burning in a safe area within the park, as the trees would not be allowed to be transported from the park. It's proposed and recommended that a site meeting take place for the members and a specialist tree officer to gain a greater understanding of the problem, and that a report comes back to council with firm proposals and recommendations.
Councillor Gallagher.
Thank you, Chairman. Can I move the recommendation of the report on the proviso that we ensure that it's possible that a specialist committee will be present there?
Councillor Thompson.
Chair, could you start to confirm that I would think that's where it says there's no healthy trees amongst these?
The understanding that we have at the moment is that there's a number of trees that are damaged or dying, and there's some have got a disease. So what we're proposing is that we have a site meeting with a specialist to have them situations confirmed. And we come back to the council with a detailed report from the specialist that identifies what the issues are, the number of trees, the location of the trees, and we present that to members for their consideration.
Thank you, Chair.
Are all members, Councillor Dart?
I'd just like to agree with Councillor Gildard that take the words out if possible as specialist. I suggest we need the specialist and what you have said as well, Mr. Nelson. It's a must as far as I'm concerned.
Having said all that, are we all in favour of the recommendation? And last item 9 on the agenda is the request for the St Paul's Church that organised a bus in the family fun day in the park, permission for that to take place on the 21st of May between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. As a background report.
Yeah, through you, Chair. The purpose of the report is for members to give permission to the request by St Paul's Church to use Jubilee Park for the family fun day. They have some proposals around some marquees, a small stage. Following having written the report, I've actually met with some representative or a representative from St Paul's Church, and the flyer that they very kindly provided us for the purpose of the meeting has slightly changed, and from the description now it sounds like it's going to be significantly smaller and less than what they first envisaged. So the current plan is that they have a couple of marquees and a small stage, that they have craft fairs and invite local communities to attend. There's nothing significant or of any size or any issues for the council to be worried about, I don't believe. And the proposal is that following, should members agree to, and in principle this evening, I would meet them again and work with them leading up to the date.
Thank you for that, Colin. Our members agree to recommend the proposals as outlined. Councillor Dart.
Councillor Gildard,
I appreciate that, thank you very much. I have no problem at all with this family fun day going ahead. I think it's a good positive event. We're always looking to promote further events in Spennymoor, as we know, and this is certainly one of them. I would move the recommendation of the report, Chair.
I'm all for the event. I just want to be assured that the public liability assurance will be the responsibility of St Paul's rather than the council. Okay.
Are all members in favour of the recommendations? Thank you very